Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen on Set Her Room, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you have time and you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Pass it on to somebody else who may like it as well. And also, if you have time, drop me a comment in the comment section. What I want to know today is, I want to know in the comment section, do you know any Aquarius who you think are heartbreakers, players, that kind of energy? Because that's what we're going to talk about today. So listen, I don't mean to laugh, but this lady hit me up and she was so mad. I mean, she was pissed, okay? Now, her being pissed wasn't the funny part. The funny part is why she was pissed. She was pissed because she told me that she feels as though us Aquarius, including me, who she doesn't even know, are players. We're heartbreakers, we're players. She was like, I want to know, and she was like, I want to know why y'all such players. Why y'all always playing? So I was laughing, but I was laughing about the way she said it, but I wasn't laughing at what she said, because what she said has some truth to it. So I promised her that I would stop giggling and I would talk about the aspects of what she was saying that actually are true, because there is some truth here. It's not true that all Aquarius are players. That would be really unfair, because there are many Aquarius out there who are not players. They're not heartbreakers. They're not out here trying to, play the field and hurt people and do things like that. Now, playing the field in itself isn't wrong. If you're single and you're dating, you're single and you're dating. There's nothing wrong with that. The question is, are you being honest? Because if you're being honest and you're single and you're dating, that's fine. But if you out there in the street lying and playing games, that's when you run into problems. So, first and foremost, like I said, all Aquarius are not players. But it is something this is what made me laugh. It's something that's said to me a lot. A lot of people accuse us of being players. A lot of people say that. And, I mean, look, I'm not trying to say that we are players, the ones of us that are, but it may seem like that is my point. I'll give you that. It may seem like that. And it's that way for a couple of reasons. Number one, many of us are non-committal. Not that we won't commit, because we will, but that we won't commit easily. And we want to make sure it's right for us. A lot of us have already played that game and made that mistake too many times. That especially those of us who are in our 30s and 40s, or those of us who are just really mature, or those of us who've been through a lot, or those of us who don't want to go through a lot, we are not quick to commit. So that might make a person think you're a player because you're non-committal, you're seeing different people, that kind of thing. You're in the wind, we're an air sign, so we're in the wind. Somebody told me every time she starts talking to an Aquarius, they disappear. She's like, every time I meet an Aquarius, they end up in the wind. And we're air signs. That's very true of us. So because of that, some people see that as player energy. Okay, that non-committal, I'm doing my thing, I'm seeing this one, I'm seeing that one. Some people see that as player energy. And I can understand what they mean, because a lot of times the people that are saying this are people who want to be with us. See, that's where the indiscrepancy is coming in. This information is coming from people who want to be in a relationship with an Aquarius, or somebody in Aquarius has ghosted, or somebody that, was trying to get to know an Aquarius and the Aquarius disappeared, and they think it's no reason, but there is a reason, they just don't know the reason. So these kinds of people think that Aquarius are players, and they perpetuate this stereotype. And then people come to me and they're like, why y'all always playing? And I'm like, we're not playing. We are just doing us. We're having a good time. We're getting to know people, and we're not committing until we're certain, which is nothing wrong with that. But the people who want us to commit, they think it's something wrong with that. It's like, commit to me, commit to me. It's like, I'm cool with committing, but boo, you not the one. we not compatible. It's either me or it's you or it's us. It's just not right. So a lot of times the Aquarius doesn't say this, they just disappear. So people are left making up these crazy assumptions about what has now happened. So that's one reason why the Aquarius is seen as a player. Number two, dark Aquarius sometimes are players. They're cheaters, they're liars, they're players. A dark person, a negative vibration person of any sun sign has the potential to be a player, a cheater, a liar, whatever you want to call it. So if you out there in the street messing with dark Aquarius, that's on you, because I told you not to date them. I told you what they're about. They're not about being faithful. They're not about one relationship. They're about lying and doing whatever they want to do. That's their thing. So if you messing with one of them, and hey, I done told you. Number three, we're also sometimes seen as players, even those of us who are not, because we don't always do well with the dismount. Remember I just said earlier, when two people aren't compatible, when the Aquarius doesn't feel like they're compatible, they don't always say it. I think that if you're seeing somebody or have been seeing somebody, you have a responsibility, because you're in the relationship, you have a responsibility to dismount in a way that is going to give you both closure. But that doesn't always happen with an Aquarius, because so many of us don't like drama. So many of us don't like the ending. The ending of a relationship for a lot of us is our least favorite part, because that's when stuff gets dramatic. That's when there's drama. That's when there's crying. That's when there's attitude. That's when there's anger. We don't like that part. So a lot of Aquarius don't do well with the dismount. They just disappear. A lot of Aquarius just ghost instead of saying what they need to say. Yo, this is not working for me, is basically what they need to say. But so many of us sit there and think, well, if I say that, she gonna do this. Or if I say that, he gonna do this. It's gonna be drama. It's gonna be an attitude. So I'm gonna just ghost. And that's why a lot of Aquarius are known for ghosting, because we don't want to go through that drama. Now, I've always told Aquarius, especially in the past 5 years, that I really do believe that we are responsible for the dismount. I think you should give each other closure. I think that's important. And I understand that Aquarius don't want to deal with the drama, because neither do I. But I think that more often we should try to walk away without ghosting. I've talked to a lot of Aquarius about this. I've even changed my own behavior because of this. There's been some situations, recently, and I had to walk away, and I was like, I do not feel like having this conversation. But I did have the conversation. And it wasn't the end of the world, you know? And so now, that person went about their business. I went about my business, and there was no drama. There was no them trying to call me later, or, them talking shit. It was nothing later. So it was actually better that I just went ahead and did it, instead of disappearing and them calling me, emailing me like people have done in the past. A lot of times when you ghost, they bug you more. So we're ghosting to not deal with this energy, but we're dealing with it anyway in a lot of cases. So I always recommend just giving each other closure, saying this is not working for me, so the other person isn't left wondering what happened to the Aquarius. You would not believe how many people come to me for readings, and the question is, why did the Aquarius leave? Why did the Aquarius stop talking to me? What happened to the Aquarius? And I'm sitting there like, uh-oh. It happens all the time. And that part is definitely not funny, because a lot of times they are really hurt. And I sit there thinking, that's what made me change, because I'll be sitting there thinking like, I've done that a lot, So it really made me stop doing that, even though it has not been easy. It was not easy to talk through those feelings when I'm trying to separate from a person that I need not be around. It wasn't easy to talk through that. It was difficult. It's a very difficult conversation, but it ended a lot more amicably than if I would have just ghosted. So that's another reason why Aquarius are known for being players, because we have a tendency not to do well with the dismount. And a lot of people have a hard time when they don't get closure. A lot of times that's why they're acting like that. That's why they're tripping. It's because they just, their curiosity, you know, a lot of humans and that curiosity, man, it killed the cat. It definitely did. But curiosity is like a lot of people who come to me, that's why they come. They come because they're curious about something, especially from a relationship that they just can't stop wondering about. So give a person their closure and let them move on. So that's why we're seen as players. You know, those, some of us are players, them dark Aquarius, and then some of us, you know, like I said, have some issues that make us look playerish. You know, or like she said, she called us heartbreakers. And like I said, most of the time, these Aquarius are not meaning to break this person's heart. Most of the time, they're just seeing this as being a situation that's not going to work for them or for the other person. And without saying it, they just walk away. And the other person is indeed heartbroken. So again, that's another part that is not funny. So I'm asking my Aquarius to consider this. I'm asking y'all to think about it for the future, or when you're in this situation at some point. And I'm not telling you to go through a lot of drama behind it. I'm just saying, say something. Send a text message and move on, you know? Even though people don't like that, they think it's insensitive, but at least you said something. I would rather you send me a text message and say, I like you, but this isn't working for me, instead of me texting you and I'm just blocked. I would rather get, you know, that first text, you know? I would rather somebody just inbox me and say, you know, this isn't working for me. You're a nice girl, but this isn't working. I would rather hear that than just come up on a block, or call you and I can't get through, or keep calling you and you just don't answer. I'd much rather get the, thank you, but no thank you, you know? So a lot of people don't want either one. They just want you to keep seeing them, you know? But I'd much rather you give them a thank you, but no thank you, than just disappear. And then they're coming to me crying because you disappeared on them, you know? So that's my recommendation for an Aquarius. And if you're seeing an Aquarius or have been or were seeing an Aquarius and they did something like that, I'm just going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, it didn't have to be that something was wrong with you. It didn't have to be anything along those lines. 9 times out of 10, the Aquarius just saw that it wasn't going to work. Maybe they couldn't show up in the way that you needed, you know? Or maybe they just saw that the two of you weren't compatible. But don't take it that something's wrong with you, or that this person purposely sought out to break your heart. Because unless it's a dark Aquarius, that absolutely probably was not the case. They more than likely just didn't want to hurt your feelings, or they thought it would be more painful to have the conversation. Okay? Because Aquarius hate that. We do not like them painful conversations. All right? Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. And come back soon, because I have so much more to say. All of my information is underneath this video, and if you would like to send me a gift, or if you would like to become a patron, that's all underneath this video as well. Also, I have t-shirts for sale. I thought these were cute for the Christmas holidays. They are very plain. One of them has like a saying on it, and the other one just says like Ask an Aquarius. They are plain in that sense, but you can change the colors on them. You can put them on a bag or a pillow. I got all these cool things going with them. So check that out underneath this video. Sometime this week or next week, I'm not sure when, my shirts are coming. So I'm gonna have on my shirt, and I also bought a pillow. So my pillow will be behind me. And I'm also going to do a more intricate shirt, a shirt that's more bedazzled, you know, that kind of thing. I want something that shows my personality. So I want to do an Ask an Aquarius logo, something real tripped out, and use that to make my next series of t-shirts. So if you like things that are more plain, this is the shirt for you. It's underneath here. especially like a man, this would be a shirt definitely for a guy, or for a woman who doesn't like all that glitter, because I really think this next shirt is going to have like glitter. It's going to be like glittered out, you know, or like rhinestones or something. So stay tuned, because the next one is going to be tripped out. So if you're into colors and extravagant rhinestones and things like that, you might want to stick around for the next t-shirt that I'm getting ready to do. Okay guys, so check out everything underneath this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.